Have you ever wondered why people act the way they do? Why do some individuals succeed in life while others struggle, even with the same opportunities? Why do we sometimes sabotage our own happiness even though deep inside we want the opposite? The answer to all these mysteries lies in one powerful key: human psychology. Understanding psychology is like holding a mirror up to the mind, a tool that reveals why you think the way you think, why you feel the way you feel, and why you behave the way you behave. Imagine living your whole life without knowing how your mind works. It would be like driving a car without ever learning the rules of the road. You might move forward, but accidents are bound to happen. Now imagine if you truly understood yourself, if you knew how to control your emotions, how to break free from toxic habits, how to manage your thoughts, and how to understand others on a deeper level. That is the gift psychology gives you. It teaches you the science of the mind and the art of living. Psychology is not just for students or therapists. It is for every single person alive. Whether you are a parent trying to raise your child with love and wisdom, a leader wanting to inspire your team, a student aiming for success, or just a human being searching for peace, psychology is your greatest ally, because at the core of every challenge lies the human mind. Every decision, every argument, every dream, and every relationship is shaped by how we think and feel. Reading psychology gives you the power to navigate this inner world with clarity. Let's begin with the most important benefit: self-awareness. When you read psychology, you learn about your own patterns. Why do you procrastinate? Why do you get angry so quickly? Why do you sometimes feel empty even when life seems fun? These answers are hidden in your subconscious. Psychology uncovers them and hands them back to you, like a map guiding you through the maze of your own mind. The truth is, most people live on autopilot, repeating the same mistakes again and again without understanding the root cause. Reading psychology breaks this cycle. It allows you to pause, reflect, and take control of your story. Instead of being a prisoner of your impulses, you become the master of your choices. But self-awareness is only the beginning. Another gift of psychology is emotional intelligence. You see the world today is not ruled by information alone, but by emotions. Look around. The most successful people are not always the smartest in academics, but those who know how to deal with people. They can calm a heated argument. They can inspire trust. They can turn strangers into allies. That power comes from emotional intelligence, and psychology is the training ground for it. When you study the mind, you learn to recognize emotions in yourself and in others. You learn that anger often hides fear, that arrogance often hides insecurity, that silence often hides pain. This understanding makes you more compassionate, and it transforms your relationships. You no longer just react, you respond wisely. Reading psychology also sharpens your decision making. We like to believe we are rational creatures, but in reality, we are full of biases. Sometimes we make choices not because they are right, but because they feel easy or safe. Psychology exposes these blind spots. It shows you how confirmation bias shapes your opinions, how social pressure manipulates your behavior, and how your brain often tricks you into short-term comfort at the cost of long-term growth. With this knowledge, you begin to make decisions that truly align with your goals. Imagine choosing a career not out of fear but out of passion. Imagine building habits not out of guilt but out of genuine motivation. That is the power of applied psychology. And what about success? Every single dream you hold in your heart, whether it is financial freedom, personal growth, or inner peace, depends on one factor: your mindset. Psychology teaches you how to build a growth mindset, how to stay disciplined when motivation fades, and how to keep pushing forward even when life knocks you down. History is full of examples of ordinary people who achieved extraordinary things, not because they had more resources, but because they mastered their own psychology. They understood resilience, they understood focus, and they never allowed fear to chain them down. Another reason to read psychology is to build stronger relationships. Human beings are social creatures. We crave connection, love, and respect. But how often do we misunderstand each other? How often do small conflicts destroy great bonds? Psychology teaches you the language of the heart. It teaches you how to listen deeply, how to express yourself clearly, and how to resolve conflicts with wisdom. Instead of fighting to win, you learn to fight for understanding. Instead of judging others by their actions, you learn to see the hidden story behind their behavior. This not only improves friendships and family ties, but also makes you a better leader, a better partner, and a better human. And let us not forget the role of psychology in healing. We all carry wounds, whether from childhood failures or heartbreak. Sometimes these wounds live silently in our minds, shaping how we see the world. A person rejected in love may start believing they are unworthy. A child criticized constantly may grow into an adult who fears taking risks. Psychology brings these wounds to light. It shows you that healing is possible, that you are not broken, but simply human. When you read psychology, you learn techniques of resilience, stress management, and cognitive reframing. You learn to let go of the past, to embrace the present, and to move toward the future with courage. Reading psychology is also an investment in your career in every field, whether you are in business, education, healthcare, or even technology. Success depends on people understanding. Psychology makes you stand out as someone who can work with others, lead with empathy, and solve problems creatively. Employers value individuals who not only have technical skills, but also the wisdom to handle human behavior. And if you are an entrepreneur, psychology is like a secret weapon. It helps you understand your customers, what they desire, what they fear, and what drives them to act. With this knowledge, you can build products, services, and businesses that truly connect with people. But let me tell you the most beautiful part about psychology: it makes life meaningful. When you learn about how the mind works, you start appreciating the complexity of being human. You realize that people are not good or bad in simple terms, but a mixture of experiences, emotions, and choices. You become less judgmental and more kind. You see yourself and others not as fixed beings, but as evolving stories, and that perspective fills your life with compassion and wisdom. Now think about it. Do you want to live life blindly repeating mistakes and feeling confused? Or do you want to live with clarity, understanding, and control? Reading psychology is the difference between stumbling in the dark and walking in the light. It is not just a subject, it is a guide to living fully. So my friend, if you want to understand yourself, if you want to build stronger relationships, if you want to succeed in your career, if you want to handle stress with strength, if you want to live with purpose, then start reading psychology. Begin with small steps, maybe a book, maybe an article, maybe a video like this one. But start today, because the sooner you understand the human mind, the sooner you unlock your true potential. And before we close, let me leave you with this thought: the world outside you is nothing but a reflection of the world inside you. Change your thoughts and you change your world. Master your mind and you master your destiny. That is why you must read psychology. If this message touched you, if it gave you clarity, then make sure you like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to this channel for more wisdom. Your support means the world to me, and together we can build a community of people who live with awareness, purpose, and strength. Drop a comment below and tell me what lesson from psychology has impacted your life. I would love to read your thoughts. Until next time, take care of your mind, and your mind will take care of you.